Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to our Winning Mondays. If you can hear me, please press 8. I feel like I'm 8 today. So if you can hear me clearly, please press 8 right now. Right. Okay. Awesome. All right. Today we are talking a bit about the word called focus, right? And as we talk about focus, of course, in the context of our business, in the what we do and all that, what are some of the challenges that you can think of when you think about focus, right? If I ask you this question, if you think about focus, you almost be focused at something, you must be focused at something. And you think about focus, right, in the perspective of the business, what are some of the challenges that can come to your mind right now, or the difficult things, or the tough things that come to your mind in the area of trying to stay focused in what you're supposed to do? Put in the chat box right now, what are some of the difficult stuff? What are some of the challenges you can think of when it comes to focus? Please put in the chat box right now. Right, anyone, put in the chat box. What are the challenges that you face when it comes afraid of focus in the wrong path? All right, thank you very much. You're afraid that you are doing something that may not be the best thing or the right thing to do. Right, great. What else? What are some of the challenges or the thoughts or the difficulties in the area of focus that you feel when I talk about focus right now? Please put in the chat box right now. Getting distracted easily, yes. What else? What are some of the focus? What are some of the things about focus that you feel it is difficult and challenging? Anyone? Put in the chat box. Unplanned disruption. Absolutely right. COVID-19 was not planned, right? COVID-19 did not plan. Easily diverted. Very good. Have not gotten into a habit of focus. Oh, I like that. What does it mean by the habit of focus? Interesting. Maintaining that focus. Sustainability. How do you maintain? What else? When you talk about the keyword of focus, what are some of the challenges that come to you first? What would that be? Would your support please monitor the workplace for me and let me know what are the things, right? What else? What are some of the key things when it comes to focus that you feel is a challenge to you? Right. Doing so much, but yet to get the desired results. Awesome. Doing so much, but yet to get the desired results. Because you'll be so focused, but yet you're not achieving what you wanted to achieve. Thank you very much. Awesome. And I wanted to share about focus, and before I get our guest to come online today, is that I believe that focus is going to be very challenging. And in the year of 2022, it's going to be even more challenging to focus, right? And I will share about this in our keynote in January. We are planning for a keynote in January, depending on what the situation is. Either is it a physical or is it a virtual, but we are going to do a keynote in January to kind of launch the year, but no priority given, absolutely. One of the key things that I believe that is going to be a strong challenge for most agents in our business is how do we focus? And I want to talk about what are the things today that will stop us from focusing. Number one, if you have challenging focus, if focus is a challenge for you, likely there's a possibility that your clarity is not clear. Seek clarity, because without clarity, it's very hard to focus. It's very hard to focus. I give you an example, right? Right now, in our country, right? How many of you are hearing the buzz of like a lot of people are thinking twice about the third dose of the vaccine, right? The third dose of the vaccine, and it was such a big deal because there was one of the people in the Ministry of Health recently passed away right after his third dose. And because of that one person, that one case, and a few other small cases around the world, everybody said that, hey, let's not do the third dose anymore. So the focus was on those people. But then I always ask this question. I was just talking to my friend the other day. I say, hey, how about the millions of people that took the third dose and they're still alive? Why you never think about that? So in order for you to achieve clarity, one have to see a thing from the whole perspective. One cannot see after one incident, or it won't work, or it's bad, or that's good. So I'm using this as an example of It's hard to focus on stuff when we didn't see from a huge perspective. We are focusing on that one incident where there are millions other incidents that was actually okay. But nobody talked about it because the news didn't talk about, oh, Jonathan went to take the third dose and he survived. Yeah, and Charles took the third dose and he said, nobody give that kind of focus, right? Right. So clarity is very important. Knowing the whole picture, understanding the whole picture is very important. Because when you have no clarity, the next thing will come into place, and most of you are just saying, right, distraction. Because when you have no clarity, all the distraction comes. Guess what? This COVID-19 season, there are a lot of WhatsApp messages flying around. Oh, don't do this, don't do that. Hey, don't do this, don't do that. Hey, someone sent me a list of all the countries. Something is very wrong. This country only got 2% vaccination, but the cases is low. And then what's the country? Botswana. Like, how are you certain that the numbers and the data in Botswana is accurate? And you use Botswana as an example and then say everybody else is no good because they're vaccinated. So those are the distraction, right? All these things that, oh, doesn't work, all this negative stuff will come in and it will distract you from the reality of what you need to be doing and thinking about. So distraction comes when there's no clarity. And the third thing, and you find most difficult to focus on, is when you are stuck and you are tired. When you are distracted, you're so much distracted, you have so many thoughts. One thing will happen to us is we get into a state of stuckness and tiredness. Now, the word tiredness doesn't mean physically tired, but you are tired of what you are doing because you're not going anywhere. And some of you say that doing so much but yet to get desired results, right? Because then you will feel very tired. When you're doing something that is not progressing, you will feel very tired and you feel that is not what I want to do. So these are the three key things that will happen if we don't really understand how to focus correctly. Number one, when you have no clarity. Number two, when there's too much distraction coming in. And number three, when we are in a point of stuckness and tiredness, right? So I think these are the three key things that I just want to share this morning for us to ask ourselves, do we have clarity in what we want to achieve, what we want to do, why we are doing it? Are we in a position or in a place or in a season where we have just too much distraction? The third thing is, are we stuck and tired of what we are doing? How do we get unstuck? Because if you are in this, any of these three things that's happening right now, it will then diminish the opportunity for you to be able to be focused in your business. Right? Let's start on sharing that this morning. And to talk a bit about focus, to give an example, how do we then be focused and not be distracted and find clarity and not feel stuck and tired? What do we do? And to answer all these questions this morning, we have a guest from Marcus Center 2, Yien Ong, which is the Yien, sorry, not Yien Ong, Yien, sorry. Yes, I need to focus. Right, a platform leader from Emerge team from Marcus Center 2. Welcome, Yien. Thank you for sharing with us. Thank you for being here this morning. Yien, maybe you can start off by introducing yourself about your own personal life and also your business journey. Let's tell us a bit about yourself.
Hello, good morning, everyone. So good to meet all of you here. Unfortunately, your camera is off. I can't see your faces. If you can turn on your camera so I can feel some support and know how your expression is. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, call me Yien. My name is Yien. So I'm from Market Center 2. I'm a platform leader, platform owner of Emerge team in MC2. Okay, so I have been in the real estate for about 7.5 years. I started with sub-sales for maybe about like 3 years. Then after that, I moved to primary market doing projects marketing. Yeah, so far, I really love what I'm doing. Previously, I moved from a corporate, as an auditor, to like totally change my career to joining and becoming a real estate agent. So it is a big change, and I love what I'm doing so far.
Right. And I think you came on earth with us before and share about the change and why you changed and all that. But can I ask, what made you change from the secondary market into the primary market business?
Okay, what makes me change? Actually, it wasn't intentional. Okay, it wasn't intentional. So it was like the opportunity came by, And at that time, I'm only like in like 2.5 years into real estate. So I have a lot of curiosity and very ambitious. So I took up the challenge, without knowing anything. I just, okay, meet the developer and yeah, why not? And just do it first. Then after that, you jump from the jet and then you start working out on your parachute. That kind of situation I was in. Yeah, so I have no idea what is project marketing, but yeah, because I was probably curious and ambitious and want to get on something challenge, then I just hop into it. But because of responsibility, after you realize, after you wash your hair, you wet your hair already, you just have to continue the journey, no matter like how shitty it is or how challenging is it. You need to deliver the numbers to your developer. Yeah, and also to take care of the team, because you already have somebody that is with you. So you have to make sure these things work no matter what.
Right. And how many years have you shifted already, like from primary to secondary? How many years are you now? Fast forward, how many years have you been doing the primary market already?
8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, so it's about near to 4 years already.
Right. And how has that been for you? So let's fast forward now, year 2021, or in the past 4 years. How has your production been in terms of this project marketing?
Oh, in my personal sales, you mean?
In general, like your sales and the team sales, whichever is comfortable for you to share.
All right. Okay. How to say my team sales? My team sales, it's I would say that start from myself first. So basically when I was in sub sales, I would rate as well. So maybe around like 400, 500, that kind of situation, So when I moved to project, I did manage to hit the GCI of 900 over 1,000. So that was like double up. So it's a huge jump for me. Yeah.
Right.
So for the team, obviously they see that if let's say I'm earning this, my team is earning because my income is really relying on them. If they don't make money, then I got no money. Yeah.
Right. So you're saying that personally from 400,000 in the secondary market, when you shifted to primary market, you went and hit almost 900,000 and above, about 900,000 in production for an annual GCI rate. How many number of transactions have you all done in 2021? This is a tough year right now. What does that 2021 number look like for you all?
For 2021, we have done like about 68 units, and that's about like near to 83 mil. So, but only like probably 30% of it is converted, and the others are still work in progress.
Right. So 83 million worth of a transaction done in a COVID-19 bad year. And I would say the average is about 3 to 4% your commission rates for the whole 83 million. Would that be a fair number?
Mine is about 4 to 5, depends.
Right. So if it's at 4%, let's say 4%, 83 million. Now, guys in this morning, do some math. 4% multiplied by 83 million. What do you get? Right. The first person that answered correctly will get 1 million likes from me. But anyway, 4% multiplied by 83 million. What's that number? Put in the chat box, please. Someone do the calculation. Help me out. Focus, guys. What's the number that you get? 83 million times 4%. I think it's more than 300,000. Right, 83 million. Yeah, 332,000. So that's so little only. I thought it was more than that. 3.32 million. Thank you very much. Thank you. William Go is very, very alert this morning. 3.32 million ringgit. That's the total GCI that the team potentially can do. And Yien, you say you already hit 30%. That's about 1 million plus done. About 2 million more pending conversion and more sales coming in, right?
Yeah.
And in this is a season of COVID, right? What happened that you were not distracted? Share with us this year's story. Like, I just want to hear this year's story. How did you guys still manage to hit this reasonable number, this good number, despite the fact that we are all locked down for 3 months?
Okay, so because like what we learn always from the regional KW training and all, our goals that we have set early in the year, our GPS, is not changing, all right, despite the COVID-19 and the lockdown. So, and what the team and all of us do is that we double or triple down our activities, okay? So still the same, whatever we plan to do is still the same. We still have to do the activities to generate the leads, okay? Do marketing to get the leads registered, okay? And continue to go for appointment. Is not physical, then we do the virtual one first. Of course, also we work very well with the developer. The developer also understand where we're coming from. So they kind of like flexible and be very supportive to make it like, okay, why not we reduce the booking fee or make it refundable, you know, make it easier for people to book and start applying the loan first. Okay, once the MCO is lifted, then immediately we already have these people that already booked, okay, to come to the gallery. Okay, then from there we can do the conversion to signing of S&P. So we still very focused on we are still very focused on what we are supposed to do. Like all our core activities has never changed. It's just a little bit different. Like last time we used to do road shows, a lot of physical touch, or events, like we invite guests to the sales gallery, we do party events, but all this cannot be done. So we move a lot to virtual activities.
Right.
So that's how we make sure that the numbers are still there. Yeah.
So basically, you didn't change your goal. The team didn't change their goal. Everybody wants to achieve the same goal that your plan, even not knowing there was a lockdown, right? You planned in the January, you want to hit this goal. Your GPS is very clear, but you change the way you run the activities to generate the same amount of numbers of appointments, leads, and all that. Okay, so the GPS was the main tool that you use to help you all to do that. But then there is this part, right? Because during this season, these 2 years, there are many projects that were struggling to sell. Whether in our organization or outside, I'm hearing, right? How do you all select the products? What do you do to select the right projects? That right now, because of the projects, I believe in selection of projects. I believe that part is a very important part as well. I don't know whether you agree with me that the right product is very important, because there's some any season just won't move whatever you do to it, right? It's just because it's not priced correctly or it's not what the market is looking at right now. How do you all as a team or you personally make a decision to select the right product that is reasonably working well for you all right now?
Okay, so first of all, for us, right, if you notice, all our project is kind of like located not too far away. They are within the vicinity in the Klang Valley, like PJ, Subang, Bandar Seri Damansara, which is opposite Desa Park City. So that the entire team can kind of like achieve some efficiencies, okay, so that they don't need to travel entirely, from one side to the other side. So we kind of like all very near to like PJ side, Subang side already, and also that can allow them to cross sell. Okay, okay. So in terms of the projects that we choose, very blessed that the project that we have, actually all of them is like below market price. Like I would say, like if we benchmark and we compare it with our competitors, their pricing wise is like maybe it's like 20-30% lower. So because at this market price point is the main factor, okay, for buyer to make a decision whether to buy or not. But of course, we also face a lot of challenges because for the fact that there's so many new launches, keep on mushrooming, right? So agents like our team, we always also still face a lot of challenges when customer cannot make the decision yet because they want to go around to visit another showroom and another showroom and another showroom, right? So they got distracted, and when they met another agent, so of course the other agent also will try to close them. So that's why I always remind the team that the buyer is not exclusive to you in the market. So you got to do your part. Okay, what makes the developer, what makes the buyer want to stick with you? Choose your product and choose you as an agent. So that is that kind of training or sharing that we'll always remind the team as well. So therefore, we will always also share with the teams. We will do brainstorm. Okay, what could be the objections from the buyer? Okay, and then we also do market competitor analysis. Okay, how to counter the response from the buyer if, let's say, they give you the response that, okay, maybe I want to consider the other one, or probably they say that, okay, I'll think about it and let you know. Then from there, we already know they are trying to go to another project. So what are the questions you want to ask the buyer, okay, to find out that, okay, which project they are going to. So at least you know how to counter.
Right.
So these are all the skills that the team has to have in order to be able to close the sales. Yeah.
Right. But in order to select the right project, so what I'm hearing from you is you must find the right project that you want to make sure that the project is priced correctly first. Like competitive.
Price correctly is number one. Okay.
Right.
Then number two is the package that the developer is giving. It has to be attractive enough. Okay. Let's say, for example, if let's say all the developer is giving 0 down payment, but then you're only giving 2% rebate, then is very far from what the competitor is offering.
Right.
So the package is a very important factor also. Okay. Right. Of course, then the other one is the location.
Right.
How many is the location?
How many projects have you turned away and say, I don't think this is suitable for me to do that kind of thing? How many have you said no to?
I think there are quite a few, maybe 4 to 5. And sometimes also when I see the project launch, I also won't go and approach the developer. So yeah, so because I still have to look back to my team's plan and strategy and our resources as well.
Right.
To achieve that economy of skills and the synergy that we have within the team. Yeah.
Right. How many projects are you all working on right now as a team?
Right now we have about 4
projects. And now, are they all, in your opinion, are those projects priced correctly right now?
Yeah, that's right.
And that's why you're still moving the products, right? Because now skill set is one thing, right? Because you definitely have the skill set, the focus and all that. But the fundamental thing is the product must be able to move first.
Yep, correct.
Right. And how, in terms of your commitment to developers, because I noticed that you are very committed, your team is very committed to support the developer from the point you were appointed, and you try to follow through until almost to the very end. What is that one, or how long have you been working on some of these projects? Are they like 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years? What's that time frame that you have been working on the project? Give us an example.
I think the longest one is like, I think about 5 years already. We are still with the developer.
Right.
Yeah, we are still with the developer. Yeah, because it's like, how to say it, because there is a cycle in every project, pre-launch, launch, and then in the middle is like still hot, okay, but tail end is like slowing down, right? But the thing is like, if you ditch a developer when it's tail end, then why would they want to call you back again? So they need your continuous support. So it's more of like the team has to plan, okay, how much resources I have to put at different stage of that project cycle. Yeah, so they developer will not expect you to like, okay, still sell so much when it's already tail end. They do understand our challenge as well, but at least you don't like entirely disappear. You still give them some sales, but it's just that it's a smaller amount when it's already tail end. Yeah.
Right. But you still want to maintain the relationship. You still want to make sure that you are committed to support the developer until the very end.
Yeah, definitely, because they always still have land banks around and they still have new projects coming up. So yeah, you want to be their choice estate agent, their team, to give you the priority to launch the new project. Yeah.
So recently, I'm going to show a picture right now. Marcus, can you show that picture that I asked you to show? Everybody is look very nice in that picture in their mask. Okay, so recently, you and the team were invited for this topping up ceremony, right? So the topping up ceremony, meaning, just to give the people some perspective, it's when the building has reached its the top level, which is the what do you call that, superstructure is completed. They will normally have a topping ceremony, and they always invite important people in the project, like the contractors, the suppliers of certain things, and very rare you see real estate agent get invited. I'm very jealous that, because even my life in real estate, I never invited to go topping up before, so you guys beat me. So yeah, but share with us, Yien, why did this what developer is this, number one? Number two, why did this developer invited you guys to do the topping up ceremony?
Because we are really privileged and honored to be invited for this ceremony. The developer is Puncak Dana, and we never expected to be part of this, ceremony at all. I guess it's probably of our achievement, and then how we have supported the developer since pre-launch, even until now, it's already till end of the product. We are still supporting the developer. So definitely it's like a two-way thing. You know, we put in our commitment to the developer, and the developer invited us because they really want, I mean, they really appreciate, you know, our service, you know, with them, to them.
Right,
Yeah.
right. How many units did you sell here? I mean, I don't know whether you lost count or not, but roughly how many units in this project, and how many units you all sold?
I can't recall the exact number, but definitely it's more than 100 S&P sign. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's a big percentage of the total project, right? Thank you for sharing, Marcus. You can stop sharing already. Not many people get that privilege, right? And you say that the developer was appreciative and all that. What was some of the extra thing that you did for them? Can you just share with us? What was some of the extra thing that you helped the developer in your journey of working and serving them?
So this developer is quite cool. They always like to get agents' opinion, especially people like us, because we are on the ground and we are in the market. So they always want to get us like, hey, how is the market doing? What are the competitors doing? You know, what do you think the package works? Okay, do you think that we should give this free gift or this furnishing? And they are very open to hear us, and they give us the opportunity to share our view. That is very important, because he wants whatever that we are offering is what the market wants. So from there, they give us a lot of opportunity to value adds to the developer, sharing with them our point of view, and sharing with them the customer point of view. Because as a developer, the interest and the customer's interest is different. And the agent is more like in the middle, can balance both side, developer as well as the buyer. So we give a lot of sharing, like the layouts, even before the launch, like the new project that we are coming up, they will get us, because they know us, they know that we know the stuff. So they will get us in and ask us, okay, what do you think? Should I make 2 bedrooms, 1+1, or 3, or 2+1 bedroom? You know, which layout is better, open kitchen or like closed kitchen? Do we need a yard or not a yard? How many bathrooms do we need? You know, that kind of answer questions that we always get, and we get to like before even the product is out, we get to be part of it, to be the like able to influence how the project is going to be like when it is launched. Yeah.
Right. So you behave like a consultant to the developer, right? You consult them, they consult you.
We try to.
Right. And they sometimes support you by receiving your feedback and implementing what the feedback that you have given to them.
Yeah. So all we want is the best for the developer as well. But of course, they don't take every single advice from us, but they pick here and there.
Right. So can I ask a follow-up true question with them? In your journey of this is this the developer that's 5 years already?
Yes, correct. Right.
Okay.
Right.
In that 5 years journey, were you still, I'm sure the developer appointed more than one agency, right? I mean, Redfield was one of them. There are a few more.
Yeah.
But how many are still around after 5 years?
Wow. I think not many. I think really a handful, maybe 3.
Right.
They have appointed like more than 10 agencies. And they all came in, you know, and then for a while, make a few like 10, 20 bookings, then they left. Some came in, put 50 bookings, but all canceled, and then they left, you know. So not entirely like all agencies, they can rely on as well. So that's why building the trust with the developer makes a difference.
Right. And it sounds like you're all very focused in this. How do you stay focused to make sure that you are serving this developer at the highest level, and not because in the journey it's quite difficult. Sometimes you feel like giving up, sometimes it's not working, sometimes it's not moving, things are not doing the way you're supposed to suppose that you expect, right? But how you stay focused and wanting to serve this developer to the core and make sure that you are there, because 5 years is a very long time.
Yeah,
it's a very long time. How do you stay focused? What are some of your things that you guys do to remain focused in this journey?
I think the first thing is we are very clear in the beginning. We are very clear in the beginning that we want to invest in this developer and this project. We have done the due diligence, okay, on the developer, okay, as well as the project, the location, and all. So we are already very clear that, okay, this is the product and the developer. We will invest our time, resources, you know, into this. And by hook or by crook, we have to figure it out. So the reason why it's not working, that means it's our problem lah. Because we already done a due diligence, it's working. If other agency can sell, why can't we sell? Something is wrong with us. So that is the time that we have to self-reflect, or is there like strategies that we need to change? Or is it more trainings? What are the challenges the team is facing? So we continue to work on it until it happens. Yeah.
Right. How do you stop yourself from getting a lot of distraction? I'm sure, oh, don't do this one, that one is better. Hey, that one is doing better. Let's go do that one. No, all this kind of distraction, right? I'm sure you face those distraction. How do you protect yourself from this distraction?
I think I seldom have distraction. Maybe my team has distraction, but for me, I am very clear of what I want and how to reach, the goal that I want, the vision that I set, how to do it. In order to reach that, you cannot like put your legs in two pairs, one on the left, one on the right. You will go nowhere. So it's very clear for me. So I hardly get distracted. That's why, yeah. Right. Yeah, because I'm very clear of how to reach the goal already. Right. You cannot be so greedy and want everything. So you have to be decisive. So you have a reason you chose this route, okay? And then you already know what is the cost to incur and what is the reward later on. Then you just have to go deep and full force.
Right. Would you agree that sometimes in your journey and your observation, I'm sure you have people that come and join the team and left, and other agents that you have observed, right? Yeah. Number one challenge is they are not very clear of what they're getting themselves into. That's number one. And if they don't realize what they're getting themselves into, and they don't know why they're doing this, they don't know what they're supposed to do, the distractions will be very easy to take over what they were supposed to do. Do you think that's a fair thing to say?
Yeah, because sometimes they underestimated the journey. Yeah, they sometimes people, of course, I mean, sometimes myself also the same. Of course, we want something easy, right? We don't put in so much effort and we want to get the reward, but we learn from our experience that there's no shortcut in life. Everything needs to put in the time and the hard work, right, in order to achieve that.
Right. Cool. I'm going to fast forward and shift gears on something else, which I think is important, because I think forming a team and having a strong sense of good culture and positive culture is important. Now, I know I've been observing your team and the people are consistently producing. Would you agree that even the new people that come in, they constantly produce even for a certain season, or some of them have been there with you for 5 years already? I know a few of them are there for you for a very long time.
Yeah.
What are the formulas, or what are the secrets, so to speak, that is secrets, right? What are the things that you think, or ingredients that's important to formulate a good teamwork and a good strong culture that everyone is very aligned and focused? What would you think that has contributed to that consistency? Because it's not, and again, you started the conversation this morning saying that it is not only because of me, it's because of the team's production. That's why my incomes is derived from their success, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So what are the ingredients that you formulate into your team that they then have that consistency in achieving what they're supposed to achieve?
Okay, so my visions when I built this team is a lot about team building. When I mean, for what we are doing now, is a lot about team building. So team building. So what do you mean by team building, and what do you need to do, right? So to me, it's like the number one thing is the culture. The culture is very important because it creates an environment, a positive environment for people to be open, to share their challenge, their difficulties, okay? Then only we'll be able to help them to progress, okay? And also we encourage them not to be shy, okay? Because every one of them has their strengths and weaknesses. When they have their strength, it is very good when the environment is so open, they are so okay, feel so safe to actually share, to share their knowledge, to share their skill, their experience, and that actually will help the other team members as well. So we are quite upfront because we do have like interviews and talk to the candidate before they actually join us. So from the interviews, I believe like we kind of like correct everything out, like dig everything out and make it very transparent with them what is our expectation, and we also want to understand what is their expectation. So we only recruit the right candidates, that want to be part of, they feel that this kind of environment is what they want. It's like a very family, open, transparent, and that's why our tagline is, we build each other to last, and leaders build leaders. So if you feel this is the kind of like environment you want to be in, you'll be motivated, come join us.
What are some of the activities now? What I'm hearing is there's a lot of conversation, a lot of sharing, assuming that there's sessions for you to talk about things and all that. But what kind of activities that has helped you all to maintain, as a team, activities as a team to maintain that kind of culture? Because it's not easy to sustain for 5 years. It's easy to sustain for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, and to 5 years, 6 years. It's not easy. How did you guys do it? What are some of the things that you all do?
How did that's an interesting question. How did we do it? I think it's like, first of all, I recognize that I don't have so much of energy and time. So therefore, I do leverage and I build leaders like Suzanne, Cheryl. They are the first tier, my first tier leaders. So I do want them to my values I transfer to them, and then the values that they have, they transfer to the other team members that join us. So we kind of leverage also on the leaders to help to maintain, make sure everyone is on the same page, with the same vision and mission, and also at least they have the leaders to remind them also. So I remind Sue and Cheryl, then Sue and Cheryl will remind their team members, because we are all forgetful, human nature, right? So we need reminders sometimes.
So there's a team structure in place where you hold certain people accountable, and you help them in a deeper level so that they in return can scale and help other people level. So you're thinking of scaling the business because you know that you can't do everything yourself. So how do you scale? By building people to think and become like you.
Something like that.
Right. And in your vision is, how can I make myself to have more of me, is to have more people like me and think like me, behave like me, and do the things that I think that is necessary for them to become successful. So that's what you are thinking. That's what I'm hearing. Would you agree that's something that you constantly think of?
Not okay. So this is true, but I do wish that the leaders can even be better than me. Like they can innovate. They can innovate and give more ideas, like how to improve the emerge system, how to like help the team members to even be better in a shorter time. So I like and I prefer people to be open and share. So that's how they can add value to the team. So it's not like only me adding value to the team. It's like we build each other to last, means that everybody have to contribute. They play a big role in contributing and making this emerge success. And everyone else,
Yeah, there's a good comment in the box where leaders say that they want their team to be better than them. And I think most leaders don't realize that the ultimate way of good leadership is when you build people to be better than you.
Yeah, exactly. I totally agree.
That is the ultimate level of leadership. And you have a vision that you want people to be better than you.
Yeah.
You want people to be greater than you. You want people to be more successful than you. And that's the mindset of building a successful team. I like that so much. 5 years of doing this, right? What are some of the challenges, difficulties that you have been through?
So much until I bury it down under the ground. I don't want people to look at it, okay? Because I would say that, okay, I mean, I really, really am thankful for the team because they are the one that journey this with me. Without them, I mean, this won't happen. Because when I say, okay, let's do roadshow, they really do it, They are the one that like on the front line, they are the frontliner that like just go, they just march front and just do it. When I also never do roadshow before, you get what I mean? And that time, Jonathan, you just tell me like, hey, do roadshow lah. Everyone is doing roadshow, do lah, I'm like, what? True, roadshow is like 10,000 plus, it's crazy. Only for like 6 days. Then you are the one like, do it, then got discount and just do it. And that was the first time I decided, okay lah, just do it lah. So the team they are so sweet, sometimes it's like, they work so hard is because they said, hey, we must get the booking rate. If not, Yien have to pay for the roadshow. If we achieve the target, then she don't need to pay for the roadshow. How sweet is the team. So that is the kind of like family building that we have for each other. Yeah. So it's good that if you join a team, right, definitely no one will actually felt left out. You will always be supported. Somebody will always like be with you.
Right. But what's the challenge that you go through? You didn't answer the question. What are the challenges that you've been through? Just to give one or two challenges, and if you've been through the challenge, how do you overcome them?
I think the first thing when I remember is when we did the project for the first time, because we are also new in project 5 years back. Okay, and then we have a lot of challenge, like we see other people, other agencies. Okay, they are so crazy. It's like when we have one event, they will just bring 30 agents to the showroom. It's a small showroom, probably like only 2,000 square feet, and they bring like 20 people in, and then all the agents like camp every single pillar and every single corner. Even at the car park, they already start taking the customer. That means if my customer park at the basement, before they can even walk to the front door, right, it's already got caught by them already, and then they will just bring it as though it's their customer. So we are like culture shock lah, we like, what? Got such thing one? Wow. So from there, that's how we learn to be smarter. So we learn how to be smarter and be more alert lah, or to act faster or act more in advance, think more forward. From there we learn from there. That is like the one challenge lah. Then probably the second challenge is like, you really have to be very how to say thick face lah, I would say thick face, especially in doing road shows. Yeah. So that was because I was from sub-sales. So sub-sales is more of like, a lot of time is people will come to you because they already know exactly what they want. But for project, it's a bit different, the strategy. It's more of like, you push the project to the market, you push it to the people. But of course, there is a difference, because sub-sales, there's only like, how many listings do you have? But why we do project is because like one project, you have 500 listings, 700 listings, 1,000 listings. Okay, you can go the quantity, and you can have the economy of skills. And it's easier to train up the team as well, because we're all doing one thing at a time. The most we do like 3-4 projects. If you want to do more projects, probably have to grow the team to even the bigger size. Yeah.
Right. So scaling up is a challenge, which you are slowly going through that challenge as well. Having thick face to really go to the market and offer this opportunity to people rather than waiting. So it's a very active game. It's a contact sport. It's not a passive game. So those who are in the passive game, you cannot be successful and consistently hitting your goals, because it's meant to be active when it's supposed to be like that.
Yeah, that's right. But I would say that, once you overcome this thick face thing, right, it's like peanuts already, nothing really. You are okay, or you become so natural with it already. It's not anymore a challenge. Yeah.
How do you help, or how do you and the team help new people that join the platform to really get in sync with you guys and the values, to get them prepared, to get them pass through their thick face? Like, how do you help get all these new people that join to have that thick face, for example, like to really go through this journey and help them to look at a more active way of running the business? What are some of the things that you all do as a team, so that if I'm new right now, I come in and join you right now, what would you do to support me? What would you guys do to support me to produce my thick faceness, to make sure that I'm aggressive? Now, what would you do? What would you all do?
Okay, so basically, any new joiners that join us, they are part under a coach from Emerge. Okay, they are also the productivity coach from KW, right? So there is a syllabus that the coach will run through with these new members, right? Because there is a process that the new member has to go through, which is the entire sales cycle. So the first one is lead gen, right? Lead gen, as a new member, you can't run away. You have to do cold calling first. Whether in the future, 3 months down the road, you still want to do cold calling, it's up to you. Okay, you can pay the marketing to lead gen for you. But first, no matter how you have to do the cold calling, why? Because we want to hear from you. Okay, do you know how to do the sales pitch? You know, the first 5 seconds, how do you say hello to your customer? How does your tone sound like? Okay, are you friendly or not? Do you know how to say the keywords or not? So definitely you have to do the cold calling as a practice. Okay, do you know how to articulate the product knowledge? Okay, this kind of thing, definitely they have to do, and we actually ask them to do a recording. So they have to do recording and send it to their coach daily. Yeah, I don't know whether they send, but I say send daily, right? Send daily to their coach. Then the coach will hear, okay, and give them the feedback. Then we know how big is the gap from this new team member. Right. Then from there, we help them moving from cold calling, you know, to calling a warmer leads, okay, which is like probably social media leads, okay? From calling, then move on to successfully making an appointment. Then after that, move on to presentation, right? Presentation, they will usually shadow their coach first for the first few rounds, right? The coach may help them, they will shadow the coach. Then after that, slowly, they will be independent. Continuously, the coach will be there to walk them through the entire journey until they successfully close the first SMP. Yeah.
Right. So it sounds to me there's a very clear progression, very clear process flow. Like you just described a very clear process. Why do you think it's important for agents to start at the bottom of the food chain first, to go through that tough part first? Why do you think that's important? And I'm reminded of the Jackie Chan movie, right? The Karate Kid movie, right? The boy spent weeks and weeks doing that, picking up the jacket thing, right? And it sounds like you are the Karate Kid master. So why torture them, right? Why put them through that?
It is necessary. It is necessary because, like I always explain to the team, you know, you need to have a strong foundation. You need to have a strong foundation. If you don't build a strong foundation, okay, whatever structure you build on the top, okay, any challenge come, you will fall. But if you have a strong foundation, you know, you can withstand whatever is the challenges that come to you. So whatever that we are putting you under the training that you are going through, you find it like, oh, very challenging, you know, in the beginning. But you just have to remember and remind yourself, whatever you gain from this training, no one can take away from you. So at the end of the day, whether you are not in Emerge or whether we are not in Emerge anymore, I mean, everyone moves around, right? But this is with you forever. Yeah.
So the foundation is key. The foundation of doing the things that matter consistently and going through the pain and figuring out how to pass the pain and still succeed. So that's really the foundation. And I like that a lot because I feel today a lot of people is trying to avoid that part. Right? They're trying to avoid that part because they don't want to face the pain. And they say that there's no pain, no gain, right?
Mm-hmm.
In your journey, like this past 5 years, were there certain experiences that was good where you saw a team member went through that phase and somehow just suddenly succeed, right? And you feel very good. Share with us some of those experiences. How many of who is that, or how many of? Not to share people, but share your experience. How did you feel? Were there instances where people went through that tough time and after that they start consistently becoming so much better than before? What was that like for you?
Actually, I would say that most of the people in my team, they have a huge transformation from the first day they joined. They have a huge transformation. That means it's like from first day to them is a mission impossible until today is like kacang putih.
Right.
So it happens. It's something that there's a transformation that is expected to have. If you don't have the transformation, then probably you won't be with us, you know, here anymore.
Right. How did you feel when you saw that transformation as the leader of the organization, of the team, right? When you see the transformation, when you experience, because because as they're transforming, you're watching and then you are experiencing some of it with them, right? Of course, some of them have more experience with it, but how did you feel and what is your aha moment when you see that?
So to me is that it gives me more affirmations that you know, I just have to continue to do this because it really helps somebody to go to the next level and like have a better life and to be a better person. So it's possible. Nothing is impossible. Yeah. So that give me the information that I just have to continue to do that and get the leaders to continue to do that to help the new members. That is possible.
Right. So basically, following through and being very diligent in it and having that clear clarity that I want to make this happen. I want you to have a strong foundation. It's non-negotiable. It's, to me, I'm sounding it's like it is non-negotiable if you don't have this clear foundation, because without that foundation, your transformation is not sustainable.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. What are some of the values that you build in your platform? What are some of the values that's important for you from a culture standpoint, from a behavior standpoint with one another, from and I believe it's not about who has better or good values, but what's the value that you guys believe in as a team? Any values?
I think the first one is integrity. Okay, so because we work with each other so closely and it's based on trust. Yeah. So this trust cannot be broken. So, and of course, we also know and we know that sometimes trust takes time to build. Okay, but it's okay. It's okay, you know, but it's just that all of us know that, you know, we are heading towards that, which is we want to rely on each other. You know, when you fall, you are not worried because you know someone will be there to catch you. So if let's say your customer, you know, reach the sales gallery earlier by 20 minutes, and you are not worried because the other of your team member is there to help you with the customer, and will not take your customer. You get what I mean? Right. There's so many instances. So that's why integrity, honesty, trust is the number one thing in the team. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So of course with this, then they will also trust that trusting the leadership is as important as we trust the team members as well.
Right. Right. What's the best way to make sure that trust, integrity, all these are there, in your opinion, based on what you have achieved in your group? Consistency, great numbers, even in tough times. So trust is definitely a very key component. What are the things that you do to build trust with everyone? What are some of your advice? If I'm trying to build trust with people, so what would your advice be for me? Like, for example, if I'm listening.
Actually, it's as simple as spending time. As simple as spending time, getting to know the person really deeply instead of just scratching the surface. So the only way to do it, go deep, is to spend time. Yeah. Right.
Thank you for sharing so much. There's a lot of stuff going on here, guys. If you are listening and you are getting some aha moments or you are learning something, please put in the chat box what are the ahas and what you have learned. Or you have any question to ask Yien, she's here to answer some questions. She's I believe ready to answer some of your questions. So, and she's also very busy, so I don't want I don't want you all to miss the opportunity to ask those questions. Please put in the chat box some of the aha, some of your thoughts, and some of the things that you are thinking about, or some questions for her. Yien, moving forward 2022, what's the plan?
Okay, so it's very exciting for us 2022 because all the developers, they have been like holding their projects to be launched, right, because of the COVID. So I think they can't hold anymore. So we will have new projects. I think we'll have 2 to 3 new projects coming up in 2022. So the team will be very busy, and we definitely lacking of team members.
Right.
Yeah. So we want to recruit more people, the right candidates. Yeah. Right.
So 2022 is going to be more busier. In your goal, are you looking at a bigger goal than 2021? Is your goal bigger than?
Definitely will be very bigger than 2021. 2021 is a very slow year. Yeah. So with these new projects coming in, definitely I am looking forward to the teams, you know, closing every week non-stop lah.
Right. Would you say doubling up what you have done this year?
I have to lah, definitely.
Have to, okay. So in the not so good years, about 3 more millions. In next year, it could be doubling that up or having that much more better, bigger achievement. And you are saying that that you are looking at running a training program, right, for the agents. Right? You are wanting to help agents right now take advantage of the primary market, right? Marcus, can you share that screen right now? Can you please share that training that Yien and the team is going to do? Right. Tell us a bit about this. What's this training about? Why you're doing this?
So, okay, you're asking me a question, right? Sorry, John.
Yes, correct. Why are you doing this? And what's this training about? Tell us about
Okay,
it.
so this training, because we plan this training for mainly the rookies. Actually, whether you are project or you are subsidies, is still the same. You still need this training, which is cash. This cash is not CASH, but is KASH, which is knowledge, activities, skills, and habits. So these four things, right? These four items, right? It's the foundation. It's like, if you want to do real estate, actually you come in and you ask yourself, hey, actually, what do I need to do? Where am I heading? What am I supposed to achieve? What is my goal? Okay, so this is like the basics, the foundation, the beginning that you need to know before you do anything else.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're running this training for the whole region, not only in the market center, but the whole region. And this training is on the 6th of December, which is next Monday from 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Now, if you are interested, how many of you want to join this training? The normal price is 8,888. That's why I asked you all to 888 this morning. But how many of you interested to go for free? If you're interested to go for free, please press 8 right now. Put in the chat box if you're interested to go, please press 8 right now. Come on, guys. Okay, we got quite a bit of people interested to join. Great. So this session, is there a limit to how many people can be in this session, or it's open for multiple people? Yien, is there a limit, or it's open for unlimited number of people?
I think it's unlimited. Yeah.
Right.
Unlimited,
so if you're interested to join this session, what I need you all to do is talk to your market center support after this meeting this morning, and tell them you want to enter this Win in Project Marketing session, register with your market center support, and then they will coordinate and send you the Zoom links. This is virtual training, by the way, all these Zoom links to you. And I encourage you to register as soon as you can. Just let your market center support know that I want to join this session. What do I need to do? They will then help you and brief you. We are trying to coordinate this because we want to give everyone an opportunity to learn from some of the best practices for Yien and the team in how they've run their real estate business from the project marketing side. And I think it's applicable to all business. I think it's applicable. The general principle is applicable to any business.
Yeah.
But focusing on their project marketing workshop, so more of to help you understand some of the foundation and basics. And basically, and you hear a lot this morning about the foundations, right? That's the foundation that they built on for the past 5 years to help them to get the way they are, to help them to get consistency in their production. So please sign up through your market center support this session. And I think you'll be blessed. I think you're in for a treat, because I know Yien very well. If she wants to do something right, it's going to be done in a very right. It's like, make sure that it's going to be done with value and quality. When she don't do things chinchai. I know lah. I know for a fact, so she's like that. So I would think that you will learn a lot from this session. I highly encourage everyone who wants to join. Send out to your friends, send out to the people, especially if you know an agent who is lost right now. If you know an agent who is struggling, because next year, I can tell you, it's going to be a very challenging year. You all need a model to work on. And Yien and the team has a model. Follow a model, and you have a higher chance of success because there's that pathway, right? Okay, thank you for sharing the screen, Marcus. Yien, if I am someone right now that I am struggling to find clarity, I'm struggling to find focus in my business, I'm really lost. There are a lot of people right now, be it in our organization or outside of the organization, there are a lot of people who are finding a lot of lostness, right? And I think next year is even going to be even more lost because there are more things happening next year. What is your advice for us?
What is the advice? I think back to the same thing, which is we have to have the clarity. We have to have the clarity of ourselves, okay? My strength, my weaknesses, okay? Think of something that you can play to your strength. Think of something that you can play to your strength. Yeah, there's no one right formula that fits everybody, okay? So think about it, and then have that actualization, realize it, and start to do a plan. Because if you don't plan, means you are planning to fail. So planning is very important.
Right.
Yeah.
what are the best ways to start a plan? What is the best ways to start thinking about planning? Like in your own journey, when you do your own planning, right? How do you start the conversation? How do you start the planning process?
So for me, it's simple as like I ask myself, where should my income come from? Okay, so if let's say I decided that my income wants to come from project, okay, which I know is very difficult to do both. If you want to master in one and you want to have that consistency, you want a consistent income coming in, and you want something that's sustainable. It's not like short term. I only earn for 1 month. Then after that, for the rest of the 6 months, I don't earn. It's not like that because we are full-time relying on this, right? So you want consistent income every month, right? So you probably can only choose one to focus. So let's say I already know that, okay, my income, I want it to come from project marketing. So then from which listings who is gonna pay me the commission from which listing? Okay, then I already know, okay, from this developer with this particular project, because this particular project can sell, and how am I going to sell it is, I want to make sure I take the 50% market share. If I want to take the 50% market share, then I have to go into the market early. So I'm clear of like, okay, how do I get that income? So then I have to do the planning on like, okay, what are the activities, like marketing activities? Is the team trained? Are they skilled? What they are lacking? Make sure that they fill in their gaps, okay? And then what's the continuous accountability to be there in the team? So to make sure that everyone have consistent lead gen and consistent appointment weekly, okay? And then from there, go on like loan. Is there any problem with the loan? If let's say loan is all failed, then what is wrong? Is it the lead that we generate wrong? Then we have to revisit and change like that.
Right. So and do you help the agents that join your team to kind of sit down and plan their businesses?
Definitely. So we sit them down to actually have them to have a clarity on the entire their plan. What is their GPS and how to achieve it? Okay, then we do the economic model with them. Okay, how many leads you need to generate in order to have this number of appointment, and from this number of appointment you can get this number of booking, and from this number of booking you can have this number of SMP. So it's all really clearly stated out, and so the first thing, it starts with lead gen. So what kind of commitment and time block you want to put it? So we even help them to come up with a timetable. So this is the plan. But the more important thing is to follow up the accountability part. Okay, the accountability, because it's continuous things like daily thing. They may not get the outcome exactly as per plan. Then we have to give them feedback. Hey, what was the struggle? How come it go out of plan? What went wrong? Okay. Yeah.
So it's a constant process. So it's not about, okay, once I set my plan, everything will be smooth and nice and all that, right? It's not like that. And then sometimes we think it's like that, but actually, in the fantasy world, yes, we all wish to be like that. Like, I just do this one thing and then everything will be okay. But in reality, it doesn't act like that. It's about building the consistency and the behavior to follow through the plan and adjust accordingly. But the goal didn't adjust. Right?
That's right.
The activity and the action adjusts because you want to hit this goal. Well, thank you for sharing that. And I think it's not complicated. It's simple, but sometimes simple things can be very challenging because it's boring, it's difficult, and it's painful and it's tiring, right? How do you all get energy? Can I just ask one last question? How do I see you all very energetic, right? Nowadays, even after I turn 40 or so, I struggle with energy a little bit, but can you share what are some of the things that you all do to energize yourself because it's not easy to follow through a very routine thing consistently. What are the things that you do to energize yourself and a team?
What are the things? Okay, so I think for us as a team, right, we all know that if we are tired, we rest. If we are tired, we rest. Okay, we can take leave, rest for a few days or rest for 1 day, then we start again. So it's okay to feel tired, then rest. If it's okay to feel overwhelmed, then go rest. It's okay to feel disappointed with whatever the booking is, it's okay, rest and then restart the next day or the next couple of days. It's okay. Yeah. So for us, it's like we are very okay. Is that you feel tired, go rest and then re-energize back. So you just have to come back, because then if let's say the teams are really, really, we know that because we are all under like a coach, right? So we are very close with each other. So we can actually sense like, okay, who is a bit down, what happened. Then we were like, hey, go talk to her, talk to him, okay, see what's going on, see how we can help him, see what is it that, sometimes anyone can be stuck mentally, even myself, sometimes I can be lost, I can like go down the drain, becoming like very emotional, like too much hormones or whatever, So it happens, right? We just need to talk to somebody. Yeah. Sometimes like you just talk to somebody that okay, yeah. Then of course yearly also we have some like maybe team building trips or makan session. Like we are going to have Christmas celebration, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Right. So one thing I hear from you is you must rest when you're tired.
Yeah.
You must rest when you're tired. But I also want to qualify that tiredness is when you stretch yourself, because sometimes we rest before we are tired. That's a different way of resting. But when you know that person is tired, when you know yourself you're hitting a limit, then rest. And it's important to rest and then come back, right?
Yeah.
And return back, and the team is there to talk to them and encourage them to rest and not judge them for resting, because it's okay to rest and not do anything and go watch a movie. Right? It's okay to do that, right? Your life it's not the end. If you feel down and you need to take a break, you can't do what you're doing because you're feeling down. It's okay to take that rest. So thank you for supporting people that way. I don't know how many of you are blessed this morning. If you are, you're learning something, please put in the chat box. While waiting for the last thoughts, Yien, I want to share some announcement. Marcus, can I have the announcement on the screen, please? I have the slide again, Marcus, about the training by Yien. I want to just say one more shout out and encourage everyone to join that training. If you have learned something today, how many of you have learned something and saw value in this morning's session? If you have, please press yes, because I think it's important for us to acknowledge and I express your gratitude to Yien for her time and her effort and her passion in wanting to add value to everyone. So I will highly encourage you all to really come to this session to learn from her and encourage your friends to come to this session to learn from her and her team, because I think it's timely as we are preparing for 2022. I highly encourage all of you to have some sort of a model thinking in having a systematic way to approach your business, right? So thank you so much. So Yien, what's your last advice to us? How do we stay focused and not get distracted? What are your advice to us today? If I'm always thinking about new things, I'm always thinking
stay
about
focused
other things.
and get distracted. I guess it's if it's decisiveness. Yeah, you decide and then you just stay on and just do it until you get it. Yeah.
Yeah, stay on, you do it. So make a decision. It's all coming from this. Thank you for sharing, Marcus. You can stop sharing the screen. So it's all about decisiveness. Make a decision and go with it and commit to that decision for a certain period of time.
Yes, that's right. Don't give up so easily. Nothing is like, smooth one.
Right. Yeah. So commit to a time, and it's okay if I fail in my first 3 weeks, because I've got 1 year to make it work. I got 6 months to make it work. So encourage everyone here, whatever decision you make to do in your course for next year in your business, right? Commit to this for a certain time. Commit on the time to achieve it, and commit on a daily time to achieve it, because you cannot give up after 2 weeks, because there's no clarity that you are supposed to commit this to a year, right? Time commitment is also important, right? So Yien, thank you so much for your sharing. Thank you so much for being part of this today, and you have always been a good role model for us to follow. Thank you for consistently doing what you are doing, because sometimes it's the consistency that you show up give us that hope that we can just do the simple things the way you have done it. So thank you for being a role model. So thank you so much for taking time of business. Yes, if you have learned something, please thank you on the chat box. Thank you so much. We will talk to you all next week. Thank you so much. Have a good one, guys. Take care.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.